Hello and welcome back to week 2 of March. So this week we're going to first of all start by looking at this week's budget, which has been quite boring compared to some weeks, but I think that's quite a good thing. So let's move on to that. Okay, so on this one I've now zoomed it in so you're able to see what I'm writing. So we are using budget with Ira's beautiful tracker for March in the Season Day collection. So on Friday, I said last week, we were likely to have a no spend day, and we did. So I'm very happy about that. Then, as per usual, on the Saturday, and if it wants to stick down, on the Saturday and the Sunday, we also had our usual. But on the Saturday, one of the buses didn't turn up, so I ended up spending £1. And then on the Sunday, as per usual, the £2. As well as that, we also had a bill that came out, which was, I'm just trying to remember which colour I used for bills. Not that colour. I'll just use this one here, I think. So Netflix ended up coming out. I should have probably used that one actually there for Netflix, and these are not straight at all, so that's great. £4.99. And then on Monday we had we went to our faithful little place on a Monday, Greggs. Love a Greggs, love the soup from there, but I didn't get that this week. And we spent £3.25. And then if I turn over onto Tuesday, I'll just move that up a little bit so you're able to see it. So on the Tuesday we had, let me have a little think. So we had quite a few things. So first of all, we did get bus, and that was £1, pound bestie. And then we did go out for lunch like normal. You cannot read that at all because it is really dark. I can't remember actually how much it came to. It came to around about £6.53, I believe it came to, if I remember that correctly. I don't think anything else came out on Tuesday though. In my head, nothing's springing to mind. And then yesterday, I don't know what's happened to us because I never have no spend days. Another one. So I'm not complaining about that. And then this morning, so on Thursday, we spent. So I did get some gifts as a thank you for somebody, and that came to a grand total of £3.28. So that comes out of the gift fund. So we do have some money to go back in there. And then we also went to the supermarket, and which I just spent my usual 85p. So then what I'm going to do, if I can find it, is here. So travel, which is in here, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left in it, which seems correct. That's fun, isn't it? So I'll just move you up to whereabouts we are, which is actually week 3. I said week 2, didn't I? Oh well. So we spent a total of £4, which means we have £8 left. And spending it wasn't that much this week, which is probably good. It was £3.25 and 85 pence. So that means this week we only spent £4.10, which is fantastic. So let me have a little look in here. So we have 10.25. So that means we should have £25.90 left over. Sorry, I am lying to you actually. It came a little bit more than that, that'll be why. £1.71 actually. I did get something else as well. £1.71, £4.69, so that means I should have 4p left over here. And what I'm just going to do with that, to be fair, because I did end up using a penny for something else, so I don't have to get 4p change, and I'm just going to say I spent 5p. I have 5p left. So that 5p, unfortunately, is just going to go straight into our lovely little Percy. And have I got some pens around me? I do. It's all falling apart this week. That's just typical. So I'm just going to cross that off on here. So that's 5p there crossed off. Low this week to go into our little Percy, but I'm not complaining. And then I took £4, 10p with me to just see what there was in case I did get anything. And we spent £3.20, so we should have 82p, so 10, so 50, 60, 70, 80, 81 is technically correct because I did put an extra penny in there. So let's get on to doing that. Okay, so this here is now the cash stuffing for this week. So first we're just going to turn straight to gifts, which is here, to put the remaining 81p in. So 50, 60, 70, 81, and go back in to there. And then I will just on here write down today is the 14th. I was going to put a thank you gift. And then we took out £3.28. So let me just figure out how much that should be. So £16.13. Ooh, 13. Minus £3.28. £12.85 should be £12.85, which looking at that seems about right. So that is lovely. It's been obliterated my little gifts wallet now. So let's start off on this one. And I've just noticed I haven't got a coin, so I might actually go quickly dip back into here. I swear I did close that. Oh, that'll be why. It's too full. It's too full. Oh well, I'll fix that out in a minute. So last week we got another 15. I think this week we got a star last week. And we've opened up that one accidentally. Let's do this one here. Oh, of course. Another 15. Which actually is probably quite a good thing, to be honest. So let me get my final tenner out of the challenge. To be fair, I'm kind of not complaining because I'd rather get them out of the way. And then I'll take a fiver from there and we will put it into our lovely little challenges. So then we now have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, which I'm not complaining. Absolutely not complaining about 1 bit. And let me have a look. Anything else in here? Well, I will take out my spending money for the week. So 10, 20, 25. That should be there for 10, 20, 30. So that's 30 for that one as well. So that is fantastic. So let me pop that into there. I should try and fix this because I don't want it to break on me. Perfect, fixed it. Just have to close it a little bit slowly. Okay, and then I think we're finished in this one. But what I'm just going to quickly do is from clothes, I'm going to take out 5, 10, 15, 20 and put the 220s back in. So, 10, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 91, 10, 20, 30, 40, because it'll be more fun that way, I think, when it comes down to challenges. So let's do that. Let's put that one away, and let's get this one out here. I've just remembered I've got 10 minutes back in there. I will do that. So let's have a little look. You know what it is? We are so close to finishing Fortune. I'm actually going to do a Fortune. The only thing is, obviously, I don't have any coins for it. So do I have a challenge which has a couple of coins I can just steal? I might just take them ones there, and then, because I do need, to be fair, put a bit of money into them. Anyways, actually, that's what we'll do. I will take the £3 out of here. So 2, 3. Because I was going to do this anyways. We will put the five in here. And then this is saving up for an advent calendar. For budgeting in Christmas. So then let's put a little sticker on. So we are, let's have a look. Which I don't want to put on. Let's put this one on here. So the one which, by the looks of things, goes like this. Yeah, that looks okay. Okay, so then we have £5 in there. And then let's go back to Fortune. I'm going to hope it's going to be a low number. I do really, really hope it's low. We make it a 6. Would be quite nice. Let's do this one. Oh, okay. 7. Fab. That is, I think, the second lowest one I had left, but I am not complaining. So the Chariot is this week's card. So that is 5, 6, 7. So in this one we have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 155, 57. We are a pound over on that one, but that's all right with me. And then that will need to go back into the front. So 5, 7. Next 8 in the front there. So then we have £11 left. Let's do heads and tails because holiday money is important. £10 tails. Get that out of the back. And let me get a pen out. Another tails. 2 in a row now. Lovely. And this one we have, let's have a look, 10, 20, 30, 40, 5. So that's that one. And then the final £1. Just put in the gumball. Yeah, let's put this on the gumball here. And then that puts that one up to £10, which will be lovely. And then that is that all done.